Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 17th. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live at the HCCTV studios this morning. My co-host Benji in the studio with me. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you too, Todd. Good to see, not to see, but be here with everybody who's watching us.
Absolutely. And it's a Tuesday. We are here every Monday through Friday, just about every Monday through Friday, live at 10 a.m. Later this week, though, we won't be on the air Thursday and Friday because we got our convocation.
Yeah, we do. We're very excited. We're going to the moon.
That's right. Going to be a big convocation for us at HCC. So we'll be doing best of episodes Thursday and Friday. But most of the time, you can watch us live at 10 a.m. You can always catch us in social media anytime, and they can watch us on our cable channel as well.
Yes, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, our own TV channel, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's right. Okay, let's get to our guests for this morning. One of them we're going to be talking with about upcoming events for Death Awareness Month. Roxann Barrera-Coffman is an instructor with the ASL Interpreting and Translating Program. Good to see you, Roxann. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I know you've got a number of events coming up. Benji's going to run through those with you in just a little while. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to kick things off right now. As we mentioned, our convocation theme is going to the moon. These next two guests are going to talk a bit about that. Dr. Nithy Sevanthinathan, he is the director of HCC's International Student Services, and Dr. Mylswamy Annadurai, he is the Passcode awardee, highest civilian award from the Indian government for Moonman of India. And welcome to the show to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Well, good morning. So, Nithy, let's start with you and about this event that's coming up. Tell us a bit about it, because I know it's not that far away, as a matter of fact.
Thank you, Todd. Welcome, Dr. Anant. First of all, thank you, HCCTV, for hosting this session with us. First of all, we are truly honored to have Dr. Anant Dobriyal to be part of HCC community, to share his journey, his accomplishment. He's known as the Moon Man. To reach that iconic award, it's not easy. His brilliance in thinking how he shaped the Indian people to understand we all can see the moon from a different lens, and he shaped that for us. I'm truly honored to have him to connect with our student tomorrow at the HCC Central Campus. What an opportunity for us.
The time, once again, tomorrow, and where exactly is it going to be on the campus?
It'll be at 1 p.m. at Central Campus, room 101.
Okay, and this is open to faculty, students, staff?
Absolutely, open to anyone, yes. I think it's a great blessing to have Dr. Anant Dobriyal walking to our campus. If you look at his credential, I've never seen such credentials in my journey after meeting so many people, and having him blessing Houston Community College it's a once a lifetime opportunity.
And why is he known as the Moonman of India?
I'll ask Dr. Anant Dobriyal to share that.
Dr. Annadurai, welcome to the show once again. Tell us, how did you get the name the Moonman of India? And tell us about these awards.
Yeah, this is fondly, I think today people, they call me upon whenever they see me in the podium or even the common marketplaces. But if you look back, the moon, when I started my career, even the schooling, one of the first fantasy we have seen and heard about is Neil Armstrong landing on the moon. We grown up with that thing, and of course with the dream of looking at the moon when India can do like that. But it so happened. It's a hard-fought thing. Nearly 50 years later, that dream has come true. Where along with the tricolor flag, an Indian has not landed, but the Indian tricolor flag had its presence in the southern pole of the moon. So when that happened, beyond that, you look at here. The discovery of water on the moon also has named under that mission Chandrayaan-1, which was India's first lunar mission to the moon. Though it was one among the many has gone to the moon. But of course, when we are making this mission, I was very much looking at the to answer, an ambiguous answer of the presence or non-presence of water on the moon. But I was a bit optimistic putting many instruments to look for water presence. When we looking for that, I think sarcastically, we have the good number of friends from NASA. Two of the instruments also flown in Chandrayaan-1. So they used to sarcastically tell when really if you discover water on the moon, definitely you are going to be the Moonman of India. They used to make it very sarcastically, but that one funny comment finally it is really correlated when the discovery of water on the moon has come. The friends back in NASA, they are first to echo the Moonman of India is coming when we entered the conference hall. I think that reverberated among our colleagues, and that actually around that time, good number of media also were there. I think putting that together, I think this has started, but now it is going around across the globe. Whenever I go, yes, this name tags with me.
You know, I've always found it interesting because NASA was very instrumental in getting us to the moon. In the beginning, we had a number of missions to the moon. Then all of a sudden, we started going in different directions. But and I know space enthusiasts know that other countries like India have launched missions to the moon. But in your opinion, why did the United States say all of a sudden, we're not going to go to the moon anymore. We're going to do other things. But now there's an interest in going back. Why was that big break? Why didn't we continue sending people to the moon, starting bases, doing things like that? Why did it stop all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's a really a long gap of more than 3 decades after the Apollo 17 has gone, a big long gap. But after that came the Chandrayaan-1. Then, as I told, the discovery of water on the moon through Chandrayaan-1 has happened. So then, if you look back, just a year later of Chandrayaan-1, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, polar mission from NASA came. That was trying to reconfirm the discovery, whatever we have seen, Chandrayaan-1 is reasonably correct. I think that is a triggering point. Now we're talking about the back to the moon. Now we are coming with a big bang. Back to the moon is Artemis mission, or back to the moon, even possible modest colony, even possible international lunar space station we are talking ambitiously, wherein the possibility of India and US working together, also it's going to happen. That means nearly 1.7 billion people looking forward back to the moon. Okay, I think that's happening because it started with US, and people like me grown with that moon landing by US. But we connected again with the moon, with the discovery of water on the moon, so did not abandon that. So now we are back to the moon in a big bang. So that way, I think the connectivity of US, India in the moon is a very probable chance is happening there.
Well, we hope to see that soon. Now, tomorrow, what can the students expect? Are you going to be doing a presentation? Will you be taking questions? How will that work tomorrow?
Yeah,
So
basically.
Go ahead, Dr. Annadurai. Sorry.
Basically, what I see is I advocate the country like India cannot lag behind when the science and technology is moving forward beyond the globe. But India cannot afford to have so much of money to spend also. So putting the things together, one side we cannot afford not to have, another side it will be very difficult for us to embark on that. So that way, I think I used to advocate all along. The international cooperation is a must, and they have done it very modest presence in Chandrayaan-1. But that made, even though our efforts are much less than compared to Apollo era, but it dividends what we got. Our outcome what we got is huge. I foresee similar thing happening now when we go back to the moon. It's not only for a few hours human is going to be there. The possibility of human presence in the moon and the outer space is going to be a predominant with if you go for a collaborative mode. So my mission is basically to bring the young generation to think about the collaborative, the success of collaborative, the strength of collaboration. So I always believe 1 + 1 in terms of the human connectivity is concerned is greater than 2. I think the amply we can demonstrate that. And the missions Chandrayaan-1 and again an upcoming mission. I think the few weeks from now, we are going to launch a NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar mission, very ambitious mission for the Earth observation is concerned. And towards that, a good amount of activities already going on. So when this is coming, I think the young generations, be it in India, be it in US, getting ready for that new journey in the name of science and technology to revitalize the humanity and give the hope for the humanity. I think the aspirations of the both sides, young minds to get connected, and the science and technology is the fora, and the moon is the podium as on today. I think we hope we can do that.
Well, with SpaceX moving operations here to Texas, and Bastrop, they're getting ready. Starlink is moving their operations there. We've got a lot happening in the Texas area and, of course, in the Houston area. Perfect time for this. The Moonman of India, his name is Dr. Annadurai, and he is going to be at the Central Campus tomorrow. Nithy, thanks you for getting this event launched, and we wish you all the success, and hope you have a lot of students out there tomorrow looking to learn and launch their careers.
Thank you, Dr. Todd. Thank you, Dr. Annadurai, for being with us. This is a great blessing for all of us.
All right. Thank you both, and good luck with the event tomorrow. Okay, we are going to switch directions next, talking about a different program, and we've got Benji taking over in just a few moments. So stick around. We're going to take a 60-second break, and Benji will be back right after this.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally knew that I had somebody.
We're back on Up to the Minute, and now we have Roxann Barrera-Coffman. She's the instructor for HCC ASL Interpreting and Translating Program. Welcome to the show, Roxann.
Hi there. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's begin with you telling us what Deaf Awareness Week is and why it's celebrated globally every September.
So we have Deaf Awareness Week coming up. It's actually an internationally recognized celebration. And so during that week, our goal is to raise awareness about the deaf community, their beautiful language, American Sign Language, and the challenges that they go through as well. We try to make the focus of our week the deaf people of our community in the greater Houston area. And so we're really excited. This is our third year that we are doing a full-blown celebration, and I'm very proud to say that we're the only college in the Houston area that is doing something like this.
Well, good for HCC. I mean, that's great that we're doing that. And could you also tell us more about deaf culture and the role that sign languages like American Sign Language play in the community?
So a common misconception is that sign language is universal. A lot of people think that. I honestly was one of those people that thought, oh, everyone just signs the same way. But every major country has its own sign language. Like there's Mexican Sign Language, French Sign Language, Australian Sign Language. And so we're just very proud of our culture and our heritage, right? So the deaf community and the hard of hearing community is very strong here in Houston. We're very excited about having a big community here because our students are here at HCC to become future sign language either interpreters, ASL teachers, or deaf ed teachers. So in order for us to bridge these two worlds together, the hearing world and the deaf world, we're very proud to create this week, right? Because it brings everyone together. So I think just the fact that we are so centralized in Houston, we are such a diverse group of students and staff members, and we all have connections with the deaf community. I think bringing them together at HCC for this week, I mean, we always bring guest speakers and things like that, but to bring them here to HCC for everyone to join in, I'm just really excited about it.
Awesome. I mean, I guess I did learn something new today. I mean, that's the fact that there is other countries that have different sign languages. I mean, I always knew it was called American Sign Language, but I never knew to the extent that other countries had, the sign languages as well. Why is that reason? Why is it not like a universal thing?
A great question. The only answer I've ever really gotten is, well, there's no universal language. Why is there a universal sign language? And I'm like, well, that makes sense, right? But actually, in the last few years, there are people who are trying to develop a universal sign language.
Wow.
And there have been workshops that have been popping up. I have not had the pleasure to go myself, but I've seen people come out of those workshops. They're like, I learned this sign and this sign. So I think there is an initiative to get that started and spread, but it's very different. You would be kind of surprised. Like we do all our letters on one hand, like spelling my name Roxann, but like in British Sign Language, they use both their hands for their letters. Yeah, it's really different. And so one of the events we're going to have next week is if you want to learn sign language, basic sign language, like the alphabet and phrases, is actually going to be an event that we're going to have during our Deaf Awareness Week.
Awesome. And so what are some of those key challenges that the deaf community faces today, and how can we promote accessibility and inclusivity?
Great question. So the deaf community is unfortunately a marginalized community, right? They are pushed to the side. They don't know, I'll tell you later, don't worry about it. And that's kind of how they were raised, most of them. 90% of deaf people have hearing parents. And out of those hearing parents, only 25% actually learn how to sign. And so because it is hard, it's not an easy language to acquire, right? And so language accessibility is the biggest struggle that they have. And so that's why our job as sign language interpreters are so important, because here's the hearing person, here's the deaf person, and they don't have a language that they can communicate in aside from writing back and forth or gesturing. And so here comes a sign language interpreter to help to bridge the gap, or here comes the deaf ed teacher to do the same thing. And so that is really our main goal, is to provide accessibility for them, and not just to provide that accessibility, but to provide the equality. So what you and I experience, we want to make that an equal experience for them.
Of course. And let me ask you this: how did you get into ASL?
So I actually got in because my mom has a cousin who is deaf, and he married a deaf lady. And so growing up, in Mexican culture, we all get together every weekend, barbecues, all that good stuff, right? And so I would see them every weekend, and they taught me basic signs like I want. And like, I'll never forget one time I wanted a soda and they wouldn't give it to me unless I spelled it out. And so there I am spelling. Yeah, there I am spelling grape soda. And so I took sign language for the sole purpose of communicating with my cousins, but it changed my life. And I'll never forget how I felt after taking a few sign language classes. And then I would go back home and visit my family, and I saw my cousins, and it's like their personality just came out, because I was actually able to understand what they were saying, like who they were on a deeper level.
That's just great. That's a good story there. That's awesome. So tell us more about these events that are going to be happening for Deaf Awareness Week, and how people can get involved.
Okay, I'm so excited. So we have events Monday through Friday. All of the events are at HCC Central. So on Monday, we call it Club Deaf. So a lot of people think that deaf people can't enjoy music because they can't hear it, but that's not true. There's actually like a variety of hearing losses. Some people, they can't even hear a plane engine, but some people can hear spoken language. And so we're going to be out in like the quad area, and we're going to be giving out free t-shirts, and we're going to have music, and we're going to me and some of my other coworkers and my students, we're going to be signing songs. So we're going to be interpreting the songs in sign language.
Oh, awesome.
So that'll be fun on Monday
Uh-huh.
from 12:30 to 2. And then on Tuesday, we have that class. It's a virtual class. And so you're going to be seeing our flyers posted. And so I did not print the right one right now, but there'll be a QR code right here at the bottom. And so you can just scan that QR code and join us to learn the basic alphabet, to learn basic signs. It'll be very friendly for anyone who wants to come. You don't have to have any prior knowledge in sign language. And then Wednesday is our game day. So we're actually going to have a game day and a game night. And so during the day from 12:30 to 2:30, we're going to be in the San Jack building, room 112. And we're going to, again, anybody can come. You don't have to know sign language. And so we're going to be there to hopefully teach you some signs, but also teach you how to kind of get that inner Charlie Chaplin within you, right? That mime sort of gestural acting. And then we're going to have a game night. We're actually partnering with an interpreting agency here in Houston called Masterword. So that'll be really nice to get, like familiar with the faces of those type of agencies that help our deaf or support our deaf people. And then on Thursday, we're having a resource fair. So there's a lot of companies in the Houston area and organizations that help to support. So if you want to get to know them, plug in with them, come to that resource fair. It's going to be on Austin Street on Thursday. Then on Friday, I think is one of the most important parts of deaf awareness is our deaf panel. So we have deaf people that will come and answer questions about their background, their experiences, their relationship with interpreters, how we can be better interpreters, deaf teachers, allies for them. And it's really touching. And that last year, it was my favorite event. And then that night, we finished with a sign language concert. So again, don't need to know any sign language. Just come. It's free. Sit down. Enjoy an hour and a half of people signing songs. And we're going to have deaf performers. And so I think that'll be a beautiful way to see the capabilities of the deaf community.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Roxann Barrera-Coffman. She's the instructor for HCC's ASL Interpreting and Translating Program. We'll have all of your info on our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And stay tuned because coming up after a quick commercial break, Todd and I will return for some news and announcements.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute, and we are live at the HCC studios. Have a few announcements before we wrap up today's show. One of them, a resource rally, kicks off at the Scholarly Café later on today. It's an event called the Resource Rally Scholarly Café, kicking it off at HCC's West Houston Institute. Innovation Fellow Dr. Terry Blackman, founder of the Scholarly Café, promises studying tips and resources, tutoring info, and academic planning help. All students, faculty, and staff are invited to attend. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. West Houston Institute happening today. So it's going on right now. If it's a cafe, does that mean they have coffee and like scones and stuff?
Well, I better hope they do. I mean, I don't want to show
It's
up.
just scholarly. I mean, there's got to be food. And that's, are you covering that today? Carlos is covering that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carlos
He's
is
there
doing
right
that
now.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
All right. Another more important topic, Suicide Risk and Substance Month. That is this month.
Yes, suicide risk and substance abuse. September is Suicide Prevention Month. The HCC Counseling and Ability Services invites you to attend this virtual event to help understand the roles of substance use in suicidal behavior, presented by the Harris Center for Mental Health and IDD. The event is open to students, faculty, and staff. This will take place today at noon in a virtual Teams meeting. Check out our post after the show for more info on that.
Did you know it's Hispanic Heritage Month right now?
Todd.
Well,
No.
I'm just asking. What's weird is it starts in the middle of the month and it goes to the middle of
I think it
October.
works out because, you know, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and like
Yeah.
a bunch of countries in Central
So
America started on the
they worked it,
15th,
yeah.
and then they go down the.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. But it is Hispanic Heritage Month, and students can kick off this month with heritage, with food and dancing to the Amigo Brothers Mariachi Band.
Oh.
Students will also be able to sign up for free tickets to a Houston Dynamo game on October the 2nd. Only 100 tickets are available. 25 given to each campus. So make sure you check it out. It's first come, first serve. It's noon Wednesday, tomorrow, A-Leaf Bissonnet campus. Check our post after the show for more information on that. And we've also got voter registration underway as well.
Yes, HCC Student Life wants to make sure every voice is heard by hosting several voter registration tabling events in or at the Southeast College. Students and others can register to vote, update their voter record, and check their voter status, request vote by mail, and more. This will take place Thursday, September 19th at 11 a.m. So check out our post after the show for more info.
Fall registration is underway right now. Fall semester's already started, but second start right around the corner. 5 ways to learn, 2 online, 2 hybrid, and 1 in-person classes. Go to hccs.edu/apply for more information. Tomorrow, the president of Coleman College will be here to discuss the new Midtown location, which is literally right down the hall from the TV station. And the HCC Police Department will join us to discuss the upcoming National Night Out event at the West Houston Institute. So are you back later this week, or are you just next Tuesday?
Well, we don't know. Things change around here.
They
so
do.
This is
They
television,
change.
so
Yeah, they change all the
Yeah.
time. So you may see him before, but we know you'll see him next Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow, though, live at 10 a.m. We'll see you then.